Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the OddsShopper EV Betting Strategy Show. Another great day ahead of us. Nice 65-degree temperatures here in the Northeast today. Can't complain. I'll tell you what else I can't complain about, Greg. Yesterday, I DM'd you. I said, man, I'm getting crushed. Right? It was after the wave of, I guess, 7 and 7:30 games. I'm down over 1,100, and I'm like, I shouldn't have looked. Yeah, I should have just gone to bed. At least, let me suffer in the morning. And then I woke up to a $39 profit. And I will say, dude, it's probably the best break even type day I've ever had. Because, you go to bed to something like that. You're like, all right, well, it's not going to get much better. Clawed back from down over $1,000, over $1,100 just in the late games. Shout out to some NHL yesterday. Only a couple of them pulled me up a bit. Same with college basketball because, well, guess what? With the new V2 release on the algo, the new V2 release of PortfolioEV, I've been getting stupid good. How's that for grammar? Closing line value on some of these college props, and I know you have too.
Yeah, it was. But so a couple things too is on top of just the portfolio EV tools, which obviously we talk about on these shows. Also, couldn't more highly recommend you guys checking out Ben Raza, Matt Kajeski, things they're doing in their Tails package, because they're also going to be posting a lot of stuff for March Madness and all the college basketball games over the next month. But yeah, I've had a really solid ROI betting on college basketball, which is something that outside of an occasional prop or two that would show up in the tools, I was really hardly ever betting on college basketball, not since a long time ago, because I do have my own model that I have on my computer. I just haven't run it in forever because it's so much easier for me to just bet from the portfolio EV tools. And yeah, I've it's like a 9.5% ROI this month betting on college basketball. So I've been pretty happy with it. And like you said, a lot of closing line value.
I bet one today, 144.5 under, and it's like 136.5 now. You're not getting that too often with NBA totals, Greg. I'll tell you that
No,
much.
no.
Definitely not.
Yeah, there are instances where you're going to get pretty good movement on NBA totals, but you have to beat them to news. It'll be something like a really high-paced player who's a key cog of a team's offense, like a Trae Young is ruled out or something like that, where it used to be, I don't even know what it is this year, but I know in the past it would be like the Hawks offense played like 10 less possessions per game when Trae Young was off the court. So there used to be a massive edge if Trae Young was ruled out. You bet the under on Hawks games. So outside of scenarios like that, yeah, like you never see that in NBA, but you can get it in college basketball. Like Lofty said, he's got a bet that has 7 points of seven actual real points of closing line value on a college basketball under.
Yeah, look, Colorado Buffalo's up there right now. Let me bet this. Plus 141 on Caesars. You know what the other great part about this is too, is that you're going to actually have better limits on a lot of these books for sides. Maybe not everything, but plus 150, we got a plus 141 on this Buffalo's. Like DraftKings, for example, I have much better limits. FanDuel, I have better limits on these bets. Obviously, some of them will be smaller depending on how small market of a team these are, but all things considered, makes a big difference. We had a question: where are you getting? Eddie said, "Which books are you getting NCAA plays on?" I don't. Do you have a college basketball portfolio set up? Do you have it set up for that sport? Make sure now that you're going in and setting all of that up. Like, I just have mine set with an OS rating of 1, Greg, and I can't bet props, so I just have first half money line spread, all that stuff set up there, and they've been flowing in on every book for me.
Yeah. In terms of the most, I don't think there's one book I've been getting more college basketball bets than other ones. I'd say it's been pretty spread out. Some FanDuel, some DraftKings, some BetMGM. I get ones at Hard Rock too. I don't know. Have you noticed one book that gets more college basketball bets than it's not like 50 bets per day.
No,
it's a few per day, but it's spread out across different books.
Caesars.
Okay.
Lot for Caesars for me. Some for FanDuel. I think I have like 3 or 4 for FanDuel already today, a couple for DraftKings, but a lot on Caesars. Joseph, is that true? Do we really? He said even some spring training run lines are showing up occasionally. I don't even have an MLB portfolio yet.
I have one in my thread today, I actually bet it on so the one I posted in my thread is the one that had the highest overall EV rating, but there actually is some value for for these spring training games. I have a bet for, was it FanDuel and BetMGM? So there's the Dodgers Guardians game. I bet the Guardians plus 1.5 at plus money, and I bet the Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus money. So I got both sides at plus money.
All right. I scrapped all my MLB portfolios, and I was just going to make new ones going into this year. But sounds like I need to start doing something else. I'm making one right now, as a matter of fact.
It was the first time I'd seen that come up for any of the spring training bets. Maybe there've been other ones, and I just haven't noticed it. But this was, to my memory, the first bet that I've placed on a spring training game, or that I've even seen. And I mean, with being plus money on both sides, certainly seemed to be one that clear, obvious, no-brainer value.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we'll keep that in mind. Anyway, happy to have you guys with us. If you don't mind, take a single second, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It's 100% free to do so. As always, leave a comment down below if you're listening, watching after the fact. All that stuff goes a long way for us, and we're appreciative. All right, Obson said I had 164 bets yesterday, made 211. Yeah, look, you had a decent day, right? You didn't have a bad day.
Yeah, I've been placing so many bets as of late, trying to take advantage of the new markets and the tools. Overall, yesterday, I placed 354 bets. So many players got ruled out, though. The amount of voids I had was insane yesterday.
Me too.
Let's see, how many voided bets did I actually? Not as many as I remembered, but 10% of my bets got voided yesterday. I thought it was higher than that.
That's a crazy number. Yeah. Calvin and Hobo, rumor is Novig and ProfitX will be getting added to the tools soon. Any details here? Constantly working to add new books and new platforms onto the tools. Always.
Yeah.
So we should have new books soon.
Yeah, don't want to over deliver and under promise, other than I know it's being worked on. I have a rough idea of what the time frame is, but other stuff pops up, other things become priorities, a bug pops up here or there. So I don't want to give you a definitive date. Other than that, it's being worked on to be added.
Anyway, let's get into it. Let's play some bets. See what we got here. Already got a little college action in. This is perfect for March Madness right around the corner too. Being able to have, more college markets opening up, better bets coming up, more profits. That's a big thing. First week, guys, always 100% free. You ever want to check it out? Link is in the description. Click that. Go in. Get your first week free. 100% on us. Set up your portfolios, or just take the basic, pre-made portfolios. I would filter out anything that's negative HROI in the current settings. Join the Discord and turn notifications on in the OddsShopper app. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you'll start seeing a profit. All right, where do we want to start?
Well, I don't know about you. I think I've already placed a lot of the bets that are on the board at the moment. Only 4 NBA games going on.
I have a lot of NHL points props today.
Yeah, I've placed some for sure. Oh, here's one just right at the top of the board right now. I know that Lofty, you can't bet some of the college props, but I can. And if you guys do have access to it, we've got this one, Tay Davis, over 5.5 rebounds. It's plus 110 on FanDuel. It's 4.5 at a lot of other books, but juiced more towards the over. But either way, this looks, now it's gone. So whatever. For a second, it looked good, but now it's gone.
Hopefully people got it. Obson said, my goal is to get 125, 150 bets a day. Yeah, look, somebody asked me, they're like, with a slow slate like we have today, I got a DM this morning. It's like, should I just not bet? Because I don't think I'll be able to get 100. Want to be very clear about this. The reason we recommend more bets every day is just to combat the variance, right? But if you placed 100 bets today, or you took those same bets and spread them out across a month, it's the same thing, right? Like it's the same thing. You should expect the same results. But this is a game of volume betting, right? It's the whole point is the compounding returns. So obviously you want to get as much as possible every single day. That's why we say don't just bet 6 a day, because eventually, over time, you would realize the same results as somebody who bet those 100 bets in a day. But you're never going to see the same if somebody that's getting, 150 a day and doing that every day. But what I'm saying, Greg, it's hard for me to articulate this. It's all the same thing, right? At the end of the day. But the more bets you're getting in is just going to grow your bankroll a whole lot quicker.
Yeah, and just the variance as well. I mean, Obsin33 says in the chat, volume helps with variance. Yeah, think of it this way. If you are placing 10 bets that have an expected ROI of 3% versus 50 bets that have an expected ROI of 3% versus 100 bets that have an expected ROI of 3%, the bigger sample size you have, the more likely you are to be in line with your expected results. Think of it this way. If you flip a coin 100 times, you're much more likely to get 50 heads and 50 tails than if you flip it 4 times. And if you flipped it 4 times, 3 come up tails, 3 come up heads, it doesn't mean tails is better. It just means that because there was a smaller sample size, you introduced more variance, and therefore it could make it seem like tail shows up more often. So the more bets that you place, the less variance you're going to have. Then, like Lofty said, also just more volume you're getting down. It's better chance to grow your bankroll. These are all good bets.
Absolutely. Pete, the lowest I'll take 1 OS rating all the time. I don't care. Yeah. Greg, I think, has some 0 OS rating stuff, but these slates have been so big that I haven't felt necessary to go that low. If you want to open it up today, no problems with that. But yeah, let's see what we can do for FanDuel.
All right, FanDuel.
Oh, and we have a bonus bet from yesterday because the parlay lost. Mine's like $7.36. We also have the triple boost pack for DraftKings, so we can build something on DraftKings if it's available. It could be tough for a same game parlay on a 4-game slate for sure. And yeah. And then FanDuel has, I already bet the underdog 30% profit boost for college basketball. So if we see any underdog props, money line for college hoops pop up, we'll bet that. 30% profit boost on parlays. That's, I mean, if we were to get multiple to pop up, there you go. You can bet props there. So you might have something in your favor there, Greg. There's a couple things. So yeah, we'll pay attention to that.
Did you say there's a same game parlay bonus on FanDuel?
No, DraftKings.
Okay. Because I was going to say we could actually build one out right now for FanDuel if they had it, but they don't.
No, they have that double performance doubles or whatever it is. But
Gotcha. What I was going to say is, and these are all things I've already bet individually, but we got Malik Beasley under 15.5 points, Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds, and then there's also a Tobias Harris over 5.5 rebounds here. So that would have been a 3-leg same game parlay we could have built on Detroit Pistons, guys.
One other thing, there is a college basketball over that just popped up. Pittsburgh Panthers against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, over 135.5. This is on FanDuel. Let me get this in real quick.
By the way, Paul in chat said, is there a promo? Here's what we do have going on. We have a free trial if you're signing up for the first time. So I'd say just try the tools out and see if they're for you. 7 days totally for free. Also, Paul says that he doesn't have the bankroll to justify $100 per month. So I've been doing a bankroll thread on Twitter, if you haven't seen that, where I started at just $100, and that is currently up to nearly $1,200. I think the number is like 1133. So, if your bankroll is like $10, then yeah, that's probably pretty low. But Paul, if your bankroll is $50 to $100, I think that's enough for you would be able to grow that. So here's also, just try the 7-day trial. Try the 7-day trial, enter whatever your current bankroll is, and see if you like the tools. But take advantage of the free trial, just see if it's for you.
Yeah, 100%. Also, if you want, use Snipe from my Snipe session show, SNIPE. That'll get you 50% off. So less than $50 for the whole month. Like Greg said, remember, you're grinding through your entire bankroll each day, which is actually a more conservative way to do things. People look at it and go, oh, I don't want to do that. It is so much safer than placing like 4 bigger bets a day. It's so much safer, so much. So you'll deal with a few swings, but the overall trajectory looks like this. The guys in chat will tell you the same thing. So less than $50 for the entirety of the month. I had someone sign up yesterday. He's like, I got a $300 bankroll, and he used the 50% off, which for him makes a ton of sense because you could turn 300 into, well over 1,000 in the course of a month. So yeah, check it out. Snipe, SNIPE. The link to OddsShopper PortfolioEV is always in the description. And Greg and I both have our DMs open over on X if you wanted to ask any questions. It appears that it's working today, so that's good, Greg. All right, let's build one out for FanDuel. I think we had the Malik Beasley.
Yep, we got Malik Beasley. So for this, it's not going to be a same game parlay. So we'll have to do it for different bets. Like we're not going to be able to include Cade or any of the other Tobias Harris props, but we could also do cross sport. We could include NHL in here.
Definitely. Brett, that same game parlay boost for NHL. I'm cautious about them because I don't understand the correlation enough for NHL to do same game boost. If you want to give me the line combos and the power play combos and stuff, be my guest. But I don't have the knowledge to build those out, Greg, and know that I'm getting like a good correlate. Because with same game parlays for hockey, it's all about the correlation.
I also think they don't allow you to include a lot of the correlation stuff in it. I'll pull this up. But I'm pretty sure for NHL same game parlays, what are the markets you could bet? So they let you bet overs on props, but not for unders. Yeah. So one thing that is annoying, at least in relation to same game parlays on FanDuel and then with our tools also, you can only bet overs on FanDuel for NHL same game parlays, no unders.
Yeah, so that's not going to work either. Alexander, volume's horrible today. Given there's 4 NBA games, NHL has been historically unprofitable. No, it hasn't at all.
Yeah, if we go to here, let's go to NHL. I'll go current season.
Do you recommend betting, let's say, only 20% of your bankroll? No. Again, just bet what you can. If that ends up being 15% or 60%, it makes no difference to me. Makes no difference to me.
Yeah, so for the season for NHL, we have 50,000 track bets, and they have a 4.1% ROI. I try to bet as many hockey bets as I can. There aren't as many that get. It's still a lot of bets. It's 50,000 for the year, but I don't get as many NHL bets to say like NBA bets. But the ones that I have overall have performed pretty well. And this is also with it set on a minimum 0 OS rating. If I change the minimum OS rating to 2,
set it to 1.
Okay. Set it to 1. Yeah. Then you see reduces some of the volume here, but still 4.3% ROI. When it was at 2, the volume also is even lower. And then it's at 3.8%. But there's a lot of NHL markets anyway. Like shots on goal, I bet a lot of NHL shots on goal props that have an OS rating of less than 1. So for me, I'm probably more apt to bet. I'm more apt to bet lower OS rating bets for hockey than anything else.
Yeah. Look, I had a brutal stretch of hockey in January and early February. I'm still up like 10,000 on hockey from the PortfolioEV tool in the year. I'm not going to complain about that because otherwise I'd be down money or not betting it at all. C-Money, what's the best way to realistically manage a starting bankroll across all the books and still be able to make as many bets as possible? Greg can show you. Click on the top right. Put your bankroll in there each day, and it'll give you up on the filter on the right side, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to say, so 2 things. You could change your bankroll in here, but also you could change in your portfolio settings. You could change it. So like, all right, if you're creating a portfolio, you could set the risk strategy to aggressive, balanced, or conservative. And if you go with the most conservative approach, that's actually going to make it so that the lower or the bet size amounts are going to be lower. Whereas if you go with something like aggressive, that's going to have it so that the bet size amounts are a little bit higher. So the way that I recommend doing it, Lofty said, put in your bankroll information, also select the conservative setting. And that is going to scale the bankroll bets for you, both for your bankroll and then to make it optimized so you could place as many bets as possible without there being any kind of issues with you being recommended for bets overall, your total amount.
Yep. Like go to filter, put in 250 and he'll see. But see money, the answer is bet all of it every day if you can. Bet all of it every day. Because you're doing small bets, small edge, small bets. And yeah, you just bet all of it every day. I gave my buddy $1,000 17 days ago now. Through 17 days, he is up profiting north of $1,300, $1,350 or so. And he's never used this tool. He has no clue what EV betting is, total casual. And I just showed him the ropes. And what he's doing is he's making a concerted effort every day to just bet the whole bankroll through, right? He wants to be at zero if he can. That's all. Anyway, so let's build one out for each of these books and pick some winners today. That's what we're here for, right? To pick some winners.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing but the winners, all locks.
Well, I don't mind throwing
this Malik Beasley prop yet. It's the best bet that we have on the board right now. Under 15.5 points on FanDuel, minus 102. Also, one thing that's kind of nice, if you do make a same game parlay with some of the unders for the Pistons, they're at home against the Wizards. The Wizards are always live to get blown out. The spread's like 20 points for that game. You get one of these scenarios where you get a same game parlay of Pistons players. They end up just playing the game to what the exact spread is, and the starters probably aren't playing the fourth quarter.
Yep, for sure. Is that still there? Did it disappear? It might be.
Just disappeared.
Yep. Got to get them quick. But I think.
By the way, here's the spring training bet.
Oh.
Which also may have just disappeared.
No, it was there. Go up. No.
No, I think the line just moved again.
Damn.
I'll tell you what it was. It was Guardians plus 1.5, plus 115.
Okay. That's kind of crazy. I had no clue that we were posting spring training game. Might make me actually watch some of it. Let's try a points parlay for FanDuel. Ben and I hit one at plus 850 something the other day, and it was a 3-leg parlay. Fortunately, the Alex Ovechkin plus 200 under half a point ended up coming through for us, and so did everything else. I didn't even know who the other two guys were. But yeah, these points props, you and I have very, very similar structure that we follow for these. If it's like a 2-3 OS rating or higher for points props, I'm 100% willing to bet it. Now, my max win on points prop for FanDuel is 50, but I'll bet them anyway. I don't care.
Loading up the parlay builder right now. Yeah, also, so the other thing too with the FanDuel points props is I've noticed that there's different max wins depending if it's a plus money bet or a minus money bet, where it's also different times a day. It's kind of all over the place.
Of course. Yeah. For me, though, this morning, every one of them was $50 max win. I checked every single one. But yeah, they move around for sure. Look, we have a couple of these up here that look pretty good. A 6 OS rating, a 5. Are they different games? Yep. And all 3 different games right there. We could get something pretty good in here. Now, granted, you got a couple big time plus money spots, but it's such a volatile sport, right? Like that, I don't even mind doing it.
Yeah, especially with some of these points props, like the massive plus money ones. We got Mark Stone plus 172. We've got Mark Scheifele for plus 196. I've noticed for some of these, like I'll have a couple of days in a row, like, oh my God, I got killed on points props. But then all of a sudden you have one day where a few of them hit. And because it's like plus 172, plus 196, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I had a massive day betting NHL points.
Yeah, you got to take those swings as they come. Let's build this one out for NHL. This will be fun.
So we could go with Alex Wenberg for under 0.5 total points at minus 132. We also had on here the Mark Scheifele one. Do we want to? Yeah, we'll include this plus 196.
Yeah, who cares?
And then just to try to get the odds as long as possible here with plus EV ones at the top of the board. If we add Mark Stone under 0.5 points at plus 172, then we have a 3-leg parlay with 13-1 odds, 12% expected EV.
Yeah.
There are enough bets on here, I think, to add, or actually maybe not, because the rest of them are, or a lot of them are from the same game. So yeah, just these three.
Yeah.
Alex
And once you
Winberg.
get, I don't know what it is, but like once you get below that 2 OS rating for points props, it turns negative.
Yeah. Yeah. So I only bet the higher OS rated points props. There are other ones here on the board that have decent OS ratings, but it's from games that we've already picked players from, like Neil Pionk, Pavel. I'm not pronouncing any of these names
Dude,
correctly.
I
You
was
guys can see the
wondering
screen.
because you're saying them with such confidence. I I was wondering if
Nah,
you
I
just
got
knew
no clue.
something I did.
I'm just reading it. So the problem is I got to Pavel here, and I was like, I don't even have a good Dorofeyev, maybe.
Dorofeyev? Yeah, I guess. Dorofeyev?
Oh, Brett says the FanDuel profit boost works for this. It doesn't have to be same game parlay.
Really? Dude,
That's
it's
what he
going to
said.
boost it to an insane number.
All right, let me make sure I'm opted into this then.
Because it says same, what, the 25% one? Huh.
Not
All
enough
right.
people claim the NHL one. That doesn't even work as intended. Nobody knows.
Right. He's right. He's right. Plus
Yep.
1643.
And if you read the rules of it, it absolutely says 3-leg same game parlay.
Yeah. Watch they void this. Watch this wins. Watch this wins and they void it. Plus 1643. Let's go. That's 10 to win 164.
All right, I'm
Are you gonna
placing it
bet
as
it?
well. So we got Alex Wenberg, we got Mark Schieffel, and then we've also got Mark Stone.
Is it Schieffel? Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
If not, what is he gonna do? He gonna sue me? What is he gonna do about it?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have an issue. I'm just curious if this was something that you were familiar with. That's all.
No, I haven't been workshopping my hockey names. I read them as they show up on screen, and I can't claim I put in my best effort, but I put in some amount of effort. I phonetically read it out.
I get it. All right, I bet it. And that Wenberg, by the way, I bet separately as well. I assume you already did. Like
Yeah, I
it's
did
just as a
earlier.
straight. Because that's, 6 OS rating right now. Oh, and by the way, if you scrolled, look at some of the other odds if you were to bet this elsewhere. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, so this is at 13 to 1 on FanDuel. But yeah, the next best odds, it's 10 to 1 on Onyx, 10 to 1 on DraftKings. What's all the way to the right? Yeah, Fliff has it at plus 833. Rebet 844. BetMGM plus 989. Hard Rock, which is a super soft book, has it 989. So yeah, that's the thing that really stands out about the FanDuel total points props, is that they are priced so much differently than some other spots for individual ones.
It's insane. And these will move. You got some crazy line movement on these points props too. I mean, really crazy.
Oh, by the way, Robert Disprospero.
You got to do that. You got to get through that first.
Yeah, he has in here. Apparently, his name is pronounced
Shifley.
Dorofeyev.
No.
I'm reading it as EV. How can we ignore this? If he's got EV in his name, we clearly have to bet it.
Yeah, I see.
It's EV.
I see what you're doing there. Shifley as well, for Robert pointing out that it's Shifley. All right, we got those in. Are there any good DraftKings bets up right now?
We'll see. There wasn't really when we started, but we'll give it a go. We'll check it out. I do think anything that's DraftKings related, I've probably bet and included in my thread already, unless something new has popped up over the last few minutes here.
But here's the great part. We can still parlay it because DraftKings won't limit us on that. Well, they'll limit us, but they won't keep us from betting it. Like FanDuel, you can't do that. If you max out your wager on a bet on FanDuel, you can't throw it into a parlay after that.
Huh. Let me try just NBA. We might not have anything up that's plus EV right now. Oh, no, there it is. All right, we're good.
Hold on. We have a same game parlay.
We do. If
And as you
Tobias
mentioned,
Harris,
that's the game you wanted to target if we were going to SGP it, right? Because of the blowout potential.
that is true. Yeah, we could go Cade under 27.5 points. Malik Beasley under 15.5 points. Marcus Smart under 3.5 assists. Tobias Harris under 1.5 threes. Oftentimes the threes unders aren't available in the same game parlay market, but we've also got Keyshawn George under 3.5 assists. So there are a lot of options from this game.
Yeah, let's try it. What's funny is I have that $7 or whatever bonus bet from yesterday on that $10 max wager, but they only allowed 7. So let's see what they allow of my bonus bet for me to place on this one specifically.
Ooh, this will be fun. So if we change it to an SGP and we go Cade,
Beasley.
So it's Cade under 27.5 points, Malik Beasley under 15.5 points. Let's check if Tobias Harris is listed.
Oh, right, because there's stupid one-way markets. The George will definitely be there, under 3.5 assists.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Gotta be.
Let's see. Do they have? They have the. Oh no,
Tobias. Oh, wait, no, hold on.
Tobias Harris listed over under, but only have the over that you could place.
Hold on a second. Refresh quick. There we go.
So now we got Rashawn Holmes and Marcus Smart. Easy. All right, so here's a 4-legger. Cade Cunningham under 27.5 points, Malik Beasley under 15.5 points, Rashawn Holmes under 7.5 rebounds, Marcus Smart under 3.5 assists, 22% expected EV at an 11-1 odds overall.
Remove Cade Cunningham. It's under 28.5 points now. Right? Yep, there it is.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is a good one.
And I think DK just pulled him.
Okay, yeah, they're gone now. A lot of players from Washington are getting ruled in and out right now. So Rashawn Holmes just got ruled in. Bilal Coulibaly just got ruled out. So that's probably what's causing the lines to move around right now.
So should we just wait on this a couple minutes until the dust settles?
Yeah, I mean, the problem's going to be I don't know if these lines are going to come back.
Yeah. Tough on a 4-game slate.
Yeah. So like there are bets individually that have value, but they're coming and going really quick right now.
I'm trying one more here. It's Covington or Carrington under
1.5 threes.
Yep. Cade under 27.5 points. So that looks to be back. Jalen Duren under PRA. And by the way, I'm looking at this now. These are actually plus EV spots because it's only DraftKings that has these lines.
Yeah. Yeah, FanDuel's usually the quickest to move for these for this kind of injury news. FanDuel has the lines. They're just considerably worse than the DraftKings ones. Let's see. I'll try removing all the legs and refreshing. I'm placing some of these bets for my phone as we're talking through this as well. It's like some of them I'm getting in. Some of them, the line's already gone when I try to place it. But as many as I can get in, I'm trying to.
Me too. The Duren one is still there. George
the Duren one, by the way, is under 26.5 points plus rebounds at minus 105. And for comparison, that's at minus 125 over on FanDuel.
Come on, give me one more here. We'll go Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes. That gets me to plus 2068. Let's see if I can actually bet this.
All right. So
nope.
if I was to build one really quick, a 3-leg same game parlay using the odds that are available right now. So before, Rashawn Holmes under 7.5 rebounds is available. Now we could also get in here over 6.5 rebounds at plus 110. So Rashawn Holmes over 6.5 rebounds plus 110. Keyshawn George under 11.5 points minus 130. Cade Cunningham under 27.5 points minus 105. So this is a 19% expected EV with plus 625 odds.
Just a quick little update here. We have a total saves prop that just popped up over on FanDuel. Elvis Merzlinkins.
Let's see. I'll go to our FanDuel portfolio.
And it's gone. I feel like this is just a South Park episode today.
and
it's gone.
All right. Elvis has left the building. Oh, no, wait. I just saw it.
I think
Where is it?
Elias. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Under 26.5 saves at minus 102.
Yeah. It was a 2 OS rating a second ago, though. So it looked a lot better earlier on. And by earlier, I mean like 2 seconds ago. By the way, guys, you want to try these tools for yourself. Greg mentioned it earlier. First week is 100% free. It's fun to talk about this and build parlays out, but the whole goal is we're getting legitimately, Greg said, 700 bets over the weekend. You don't need to get that much if you can't. I know you were just hanging out that day, but 100 plus bets is easy. Take you 20 total minutes during the day. The profits have been insane. For all of us, jump in the Discord and just look at some of what we've. I had people the other day telling me that he funded funded his multiple vacations for his extended family. Somebody else had lost his job, and while he was looking, this is keeping him going. That type of stuff keeps me going. Being able to see that stuff, like these real life, tangible testimonials that it actually impacts people, especially those who started with small bankrolls. So. If you want, first week is free. Just bet a lot, get as many bets as possible. Download the app, turn on notifications. Even if you just have Hard Rock or just DraftKings and BetMGM, that's fine. I've been recommending to people with how hot DraftKings and Hard Rock are running. Look, if you only have that, put your whole bankroll in there. You will clear through it every day where you've got a decent amount of games. Or if you want to just all right, I want it for a month and I'm going to dedicate to this. 50% off with promo code SNIPE, SNIPE, when you check out. That'll get you 50% off the whole month, less than $50. And Greg, you said it. You don't need a big bankroll to start. I think a lot of people assume you got to walk in here with 5K. You absolutely don't. I mean, I've grown my bankroll massively over the last calendar year just by doing this.
Yeah. And I mean, think of it this way. Even if you wanted to place 400 bets, then not saying that this necessarily, I'm just using this as an example. Let's say you wanted to place 400 bets and you have a $100 bankroll. You could just bet 25 cents on each bet. That's a viable way to go about doing it.
Yeah. That might sound insane to you, but it truly isn't. Or you go aggressive, you have Dan, who I set up with the account and everything. His bankroll was clearing quicker. He's been averaging 70 bets a day, slightly bigger bets, and he's still crushing. So again, 100's an arbitrary number. It's great to get additional volume, but if you're saying, you know what, I got 80 bets today with $1,000 bankroll, that's fantastic too.
Really quick, if people are looking for a college basketball bet, here's one right now for the Prairie View A&M Panthers taking on, I assume this is Florida A&M. It is plus 300 on DraftKings. Compare that to plus 252 on Pinnacle, 230 on FanDuel. The only other line that's even remotely close to the plus 300 is plus 290 on STN. So that's a money line that I just bet as well because it just popped up. This looks like a pretty reasonable long shot.
I bet it already too. Yep. Elvis is back in the building, by the way. So if you wanted that NHL prop, that's another spot right there on FanDuel. Are there enough BetMGM spots bets for us to get a parlay in here? It's a slow day in the NBA streets. I believe tomorrow is pretty significant though, 10 games or something.
Yeah, I'll check BetMGM. Yeah, just because we've got some of these props that showed up, although these might be gone very quickly. Uh, let's see. So one issue is that they're almost all from the same game. Middleton, Poole, Sar. There's some other ones we could include too. Like we could do, if you want to do the never before seen NBA, NHL, and MLB spring training parlay.
Yeah, let's do it. Hell yeah. You kidding
Chris
me?
Middleton under 3.5 assists at plus 115. Vincent Trocheck under 0.5 total points at minus 115. And the Guardians plus 1.5 run line at plus 115. That is a 21% expected EV on plus 764 odds.
I love that we got baseball right now. This is great. Well, I mean, it just makes me feel a lot better too about the season coming up, right? Like if we already have some spring training bets, we should have something decent. Scroll down just so everyone can see that one more time. Plus 764. The elusive NBA, NHL, MLB in early March. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's never been done before. Historians have said this is the first one in the history of degeneracy. Nobody's ever done this before. We could be the pioneers.
We will bet anything. That's the great thing about this. The cool thing is you don't need to be an expert either. You don't need to be an expert in these markets, is what I'm saying. Be an expert with the tools.
Yeah.
It'll take you a long way. You'll learn a lot. Join the Discord, man. If you have the app, the OddsShopper app, click on the top right, like where your settings are, you know, that little profile, that person, and then you'll see Discord. All you have to do is sync your Discord and you're in. Like sync it to Discord and you're in. That's all you have to do. A lot of people aren't in there, should be in there. Chris Middleton PRA just popped up on Caesars as well. I've been getting incredible volume on Caesars the past few days.
Nice.
My account was, Greg, dude, my account was stagnant on Caesars following the limits because I had really had a lot of success there. It's probably my best overall book from an ROI perspective, and then basically got crippled. Over the last 4 days since we released this V2, I'm up like $500 at Caesars, and I can't ask for more than that with limits because the volume's there. As long as the volume's there, you can bet through anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's because I remember you saying not all that long ago, you were only getting what, like 2, 3, 4 bets per day for Caesars?
Yeah, at like $20 a piece. They clipped me good, but now it doesn't. I'm at like 20, anywhere from 20 to 50, which is fine. Perfectly fine now. Before it's not, but now it is. So yeah. Overall a slow day. Let's see. Let's go to the tried and true Hard Rock and see, because Hard Rock typically always has something up there.
Yeah. I mean, the Hard Rock has to be, because Hard Rock limited me to $10 per bet on basically everything within a week or so of me using the book. And they probably thought they were done with me. And now, since the new update, I'm placing over $110 bets per day on Hard Rock
and profiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the easiest book to turn a profit on. It's difficult to have an account that lasts more than a few days there. But like if there's 100 to 150 plus EV spots, you grind out $10 bets with like 10 to 12% ROIs there, and it adds up over time.
Yeah, 10 to 12% ROI is awesome. I felt that way with DraftKings lately. I've just had an awesome month on DraftKings, man. But yeah, there you go. Look, Darius Garland under 7.5 dimes, minus 125. Trey Murphy, separate game, under 20.5 points. What is that? Plus 110. And then we could go with the shots on goal prop if we want.
Oh, and here's a Neesmith prop that just showed up.
Aaron Neesmith. Okay.
All right. So we got Aaron Neesmith under 16.5 points plus rebounds. Darius Garland under 7.5 assists.
Go with Ishmael Leggett.
That's one issue though, is it's college basketball. I think a lot of people won't be able to bet it.
Right.
Something funny, by the way. Remember I told you these are like fake lines that don't exist on Hard Rock?
Yeah.
They got added today. I could actually bet them on hard. For the longest time, they were not available. I'd click on them like I showed you the other day, and it would just say bet doesn't exist. It actually allows me to bet them there. They're for real now.
Good. They're a legitimate book now. We got SAR. There you go.
Yeah. So we've got Darius Garland under 7.5 assists, Aaron Neesmith under 16.5 points plus rebounds, and Alex Sarr under 15.5 points plus assists. This comes out to plus 586 odds, 11% expected EV. Compare that to it's plus 458 on FanDuel, plus 423 on Fliff. So yeah, this looks pretty solid.
It does. One other thing though, what if you added Vincent Trocheck in there under 0.5 point, or Trey Murphy you could add in as well? We could get a play from every game. That Trey Murphy under points looks great. Still a 3 OS rating. Go down. Minus 110. We're saying the true odds are minus 116.
Yeah, added that one in. And then...
Wait, which one did you add?
The Trocheck one. And now I'm adding in Trey Murphy.
Woo!
Yeah, so if we go Trey Murphy under 20.5 points and Trocheck under 0.5 total points, then we get this to 23.48 for a 17% expected EV.
I so badly wish that I had the Hard Rock and PA. I wonder if it'll ever come there or here.
I assume that it's a book that is not well, actually, I was going to say, I don't know how long it's going to be around for, but they also have a monopoly in Florida.
Right,
so I think that'll just force them to stay alive. Because if you live in Florida, there's no other sport. Like, you could bet on exchanges, but in terms of like actual legal sports books, there's nothing there but Hard Rock.
Yep, you have exchanges, and then I assume they still have some of the
social sports books.
Social sports books, the sweepstake books, yeah. But all right, so that's a 5-legger plus 23.48. Do one thing for me real quick before we flip over. Go get rid of the NHL, the Trocheck one, and let me see what we're at.
Yeah, if we get rid of Trocheck, then we're at 12-1 with a 13% expected EV.
And what is, say, FanDuel out here?
FanDuel has it at plus 18. What is it?
No, because it'll update in a second. Ready? Watch. Once that loads, everything will switch
I see.
over. Calvin said I might have Hard Rock access coming. Planning to just bet SGPs there and see how long I last. It's really not a bad idea.
Yeah, when I at the start of the basketball season, I was just trying to open accounts at some places I hadn't used before. Like, I didn't realize that I was going to be killed on Hard Rock in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. Was it less than 24 hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I placed a couple of bets and it was no more.
All right. Well, I guess this is giving us trouble. But at least we have those odds down there, and you can see.
Oh, here we go. Now it's loaded. Yeah. So for comparison, it's 12-1 on Hard Rock. It's 9-1 on FanDuel, 9-1 on Caesars. By the way, Alligator Souffle says Hard Rock is okay, not great. I mean, what book is it? So it's all relative, right? Like my most profitable book is FanDuel. It's not because it's the soft. It's just because they allow the most limits. I by far have the highest ROI on Hard Rock than any other book, but I'd be curious to ask from Alexander Souffle why Hard Rock is okay, not great from your perspective, because I think it's the best. I think it's the best book to churn an ROI on.
Yeah, I wish I had it. My biggest profits are from FanDuel, but it's almost certainly my lowest ROI for sure. Like, dude, I grind a 2.5%, 3% ROI on FanDuel. That's what I do. And it works because of the volume of bets. But if I had FanDuel limits on Hard Rock, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't. So now I'm getting enough volume down to where like it's okay that I am just placing $10 bets. But yeah, if like a year ago I was only being able to get $10 down on FanDuel, I wouldn't have gotten almost any money down.
Yeah. Hey, last thing before we get out of here. Go to Caesars.
I might have clicked on rebet. Yeah, my
That's
bad.
right. We might have like a 2-leg or a 3-leg Caesars parlay in play for NBA. All right. Colorado Buffaloes as well. I bet that. That's been sitting there for a little bit. Let me see if we have any promos. Now, they always do that live profit boost. You never get good promos at Caesars, man. You really don't. Soccer, all this. Could still get a decent little 3-legger in there, but it'd be, well, there's a plus 150. We have plus 145 true odds. Nothing really stands out. I don't hate the idea, though. Do me a favor, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Add the Rashawn Holmes and the Alex Sarr one in there. It's got to be same game parlay, but just add them for me. I want to see something.
Sarr one's gone.
Okay. So
either
yeah,
that or it just might not be available in the same game parlay or something.
All right, that sucks. I was hoping for the first time in the history of the EV strategy show that we would have a Caesars bet, but that is not the case.
If anybody wanted to parlay together Rashawn Holmes under 8.5 points with the Colorado Buffaloes money line, they can get plus 350 odds and a 3% EV.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I bet the Buffaloes already. Bet the old Buffaloes at plus 150. Got a lot of college in. Like I said, guys, we released the version, the V2 of the algo, and man, it like today's not going to really be illustrative of that because there's only 4 NBA games. But I mean, I got 170 bets down yesterday, and that's the most I've been able to get. The most, by the way, actual money I've been able to get down in a long time too. So I'm absolutely loving this. Check your free week out. Claim it if you're a new user and you haven't yet. What do you have to lose? Other than money if you don't do it. Or if you're like, let me just get in now and try it for a month. 50% off the first month with code SNIPE, SNIPE. Like the Snipe Session show I'm going to be doing in about 1 hour and 20 minutes, assuming we got some bets on the board. By the way, you can follow Greg, and you should. Follow his bankroll challenge, all of his other tweets, some of the insanity that he posts later at night, his, his rigging the NBA allegations saga, all of that stuff. G. Ehrenberg, DFS, me at Laffy_D, LOUGHY_D. If you ever have questions, hit us up. We're here to help you out. We're all in this together. That's the great thing. It's not like DFS where, like I want to see people win in DFS, but if I win over them, I'm very happy about that. It's just true. Like if you have a great day, Greg, you know what I mean? It's oftentimes other people aren't going to, right? Not all the time. Like there's still a lot of contests. What I'm saying though is with betting, all of us can have an amazing day together. And that just makes it so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, if I win a GPP in NBA means nobody else won that contest that day.
Exactly.
Like, Steve Buzzard cleaned up last night. He won the 2 big contests on DraftKings yesterday. There was the $111 buy-in and there was the $11 buy-in. Steve came in first in the $111 buy-in, came in second in the $11 buy-in. That means pretty much nobody else won but Steve yesterday.
Exactly. Exactly. But this, we can all win. Come check us out. Join the Discord. Turn on notifications. Hit us up. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the Snipe. We got like 9 or 10 games for NBA tomorrow, right? This should be a good one.
Yeah, there's only until the playoffs. I think today there's maybe 3 slates, including today, left in the entire NBA regular season with less than 6 games. Beautiful. For the regular season.
You know what else is good? With only 4 games today. So you got to see the silver lining and everything. Is that we're going to have far fewer back-to-backs and crazy questionable spots on second leg of back-to-back type games as well. So that's helpful. Very helpful. Just keep Boston off the fucking schedule at this point. I don't even want to bet them anymore. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Come hang out with me on X, exclusively on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'll be going live around 3:15, and we might have a lot more bets on the board. So stay tuned. I'll see you then. And until next time, bye-bye.